Harness Lightning. Oh. Greetings, everyone. I am glad to be here, and I am glad that you are here. Today's jank is in Historic, and folks, we are playing Dynavolt Tower. I love this card. Anything that is a board presence card that just is able to accrue you incremental advantage throughout the game, my heart just pumps in time with that rhythm. And Dynavolt Tower is no exception. Dynavolt Tower is a 3-mana artifact. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery, you get 2 energy. Fair enough. It also has an activated ability where you can pay 5 energy and deal 3 damage to any target. All right. So what are we doing with this? Well, let's have a look. We have an energy package, though not a robust one. We have Harness Lightning. Choose a creature, then you get 3 energy. You can pay any amount of energy, and Harness Lightning deals that much damage to that creature. So, if we target a 1/1, we can pay just 1 energy and kill the 1/1. Then we saved 2 energy. Notably, if we have 3 energy in the bank from something else, Dynavolt Towers or whatever, and we target a 6/6, we gain 3 new energy, so now we have 6 energy. We can spend all 6 of that energy and kill the 6/6. So a very versatile removal spell. Notably, though, does not go face, only can target creatures, and is an instant. But that's very key. So that gains us energy, as does Glimmer of Genius. Scry 2, then draw 2, you get 2 energy. Notably, a 4-mana draw 2, but it is an instant, folks. So think Chemist's Insight, but also giving you energy as well as the Scry, at the cost of not being able to flash it back with the Jumpstart, right? And then the last card that is in our energy package is Whirler Virtuoso, which is actually a really strong card. When it enters, you get 3 energy. You may pay 3 energy, create a 1/1 Thopter artifact creature token with flying. So potentially repeatable damage if our opponent is up for that kind of thing, or if that would be good against what our opponent is doing. The rest of this is kind of blue-red controlling type stuff. It's actually tempo more than control. This is definitely a tempo deck. But some Brazen Borrowers and Bonecrusher Giants, these are some usual suspects in this style deck. An instant on one side and a creature on the other. However, there's also 2 Chandra Torch of Defiance to give us incremental advantage turn after turn, but also being a removal spell. We have some Volcanic Fallout, so we have mass removal in case our opponent is doing lots of creature-oriented stuff. Lightning Strikes, which can go to face, folks, very important. Sometimes you just need to be able to finish the game with a Lightning Strike. Spikefield Hazards, which are great because in this deck, we are able to still cast our 6-drops, be able to have card advantage and spend all that mana, but pad our land count. And remember, Spikefield Hazard can go to any target. That can go to the opponent's face. Even if they're playing a creatureless deck, we can go to their face, generate 2 energy, because it's instant or sorcery spell, right? And still do just a little bit of damage, as well as being, you know, a removal spell in plenty of situations. It's also good against Uros and stuff that still float around in Historic, where they go to do their Uro thing, we just Spikefield Hazard it. When it sacrifices itself, it goes away instead of to the bin. The last key piece of this puzzle here, folks, and this is a relatively important card, is Torrential Gearhulk. 5/6 flash for 6. When Torrential Gearhulk enters, you may cast target instant card from your graveyard without paying its mana cost. If that spell would be put into your graveyard this turn, exile it instead. That's why, notably, this does benefit instants and sorceries, but we really only have instants, because we are running Torrential Gearhulk. It's also notable, this is just a 5/6 flash, right? We can flash this in on their end step, cast nothing from our graveyard, and still beat them down with a 5/6 that they weren't expecting. And since we have so many other ways of dealing damage to their face, Bone Crushers and Lightning Strikes and Spikefield Hazards and Dynavolt Towers, as well as, you know, Virtuosos making 1/1 Thopters, there are plenty of ways of getting our opponent's life total low enough, and then just maybe even finishing it with Torrential Gearhulk. So a strong, strong thing. Playing lots of really good cards here. I'm anxious to see how it plays out. So come join me, let's play some games. All right, folks, here we are up against Galandar, and yeah, I think we're gonna keep this. I wouldn't describe myself as thrilled about it, but... Oh boy, I was gonna say, we really need the Dynavolt Tower for this hand to do anything, but here it is. So we'll see. I don't know, I'm still not overly optimistic. I think this is gonna be Doom Foretold, and it is. I don't think our Doom Foretold matchup is gonna be very good. Our, you know, burn spells and things in the early game just don't do anything, you know? So, I mean, all right. Yeah, I guess. Going to take a little bit of damage here so that we don't have to discard something important. Hey, Whirler Virtuoso, that's kind of nice. We're going to go ahead and cast Dynavolt Tower and see what happens with our turn. Okay, well, opponent says fine. So let's go ahead and get a Whirler Virtuoso down. Get ourselves some energy. All right. Omen of the Forge going to do a little bit of damage to us. All right. Sorry about that, folks. Let's see. Are we going to make a Thopter? Yeah, what the heck? Why not? I think this is fine. All right. Let's go ahead and get in and see what happens here. Savai Triome coming down. Yeah, let's just stomp our opponent's face, get a little bit of energy. I can't imagine they're going to have a ton of little creatures, folks. I could be shocked here, but... Alright, I'm going to eliminate our Thopter. Sure. Well, fine. We were not super excited about that one anyway. We got the land, which is kind of nice here. It is a Doom Foretold. How annoying. Well, let's go ahead and try and tempo our opponent a little bit here by bouncing the Doom Foretold back to hand. Yep. Interesting. Yeah, let's go ahead, get in for 4. Bonecrusher Giant. And yeah, I think we're actually going to play this as a land here for our Torrential Gearhulk. The deal is, our opponent's in a little bit of a spot here. Yeah, I was going to say, it might be a little bit challenging for our opponent to be able to recast the Doom Foretold, but folks, how about these here apples, huh? Torrential Gearhulk? Lightning strike you? Feels good, man. Feels good. Well, that went quite a bit better than I expected. I was thinking the Doom Foretold might actually really be able to get us, but as it turns out, we just presented too robust a clock, and our opponent couldn't react fast enough. GG, opponent. GG. All right, folks, here we are up against Richie 410. Good luck, Richie 410. And yeah, I think we're going to keep this. this hand at least relatively good here. The Harness Lightning, a very, very strong card in this deck because it is a controlling card, but also, you know, doesn't... Interesting. You don't have to spend all the energy, you know? So maybe leaving a little energy for our Dynavolt Tower here could be just what the doctor ordered. Oh, okay. Opt. Fair enough. I was thinking this might be Mono Blue Tempo. It still could be, for the record. But we were thinking we might end up having to Spikefield Hazard a creature. Oh, no. Well, shoot, folks. This is very annoying. Our opponent being on blue-white control is a little scary. I mean, I assume it's blue-white control. There aren't a lot of blue-white decks that would be decking Opt that are not blue-white control, you know? But yeah, it's possible. Anything's possible. Our opponent, a little greedy there, I think, not shocking in the Hallowed Fountain if they are, in fact, blue-white control. There's a whole lot of ways that could go wrong. We're going to go ahead and wait for now. Opponent has more opts. Oh, boy. The deal is, there are, like, later game draw spells and things like that they want to be doing with their mana. But just making them waste their turn 3 mana is typically not so bad. Ay, ay, ay. Well, let's Spikefield Hazard their face, get a little bit of energy here. Sulfur Falls coming on down, and yeah, I mean, I guess. Let's just wait here. Containment Priest. Alright. Let's pay 2 energy. Kill that Containment Priest, because we don't want our opponent to be able to get an advantage via... you know, just having a 2/2 on board. This is a little bit of a staring match for now. Oh, boy. Okay. Ay, ay, ay. Yeah, that's going to be very annoying. Well, all right, I guess. We are not thrilled about drawing none of our other instants. You know, we've drawn a million lands here. We can't really run out the Chandra very easily without our opponent punishing us. Yeah. Opponent gonna draw extra cards. This is all unfortunate. Yeah, Fabled Passage gonna get cracked. Go and find another island. It's Mangara the Diplomat making an appearance. Sure. Alright, so Teferi going to try and untap some lands. We're going to respond by Torrential Gearhulking. And we will cast our Harnessed Lightning. Targeting Mangara. They do get to draw a card, which is really unfortunate. And we have to spend 4 of our mana, or our energy here, which is also a little unfortunate. But we do this all while not allowing our opponent to have a 3-mana counterspell ready for our Torrential Gearhulk. So let's go ahead and progress to combat, see if our opponent allows us to kill Teferi. It happens. Well. Alright. Opponent going to Omen of the Sea. Alright. Sure. Draw, or scry 2, then draw a card. One goes top, one goes bottom. The card goes directly to the hand. Our opponent passes the passes priority back to us. We just say fine. Wow, we pass the priority back to them, and they cast another Omen of the Sea, going to scry 2 and draw another card. Sure, one goes top, one goes bottom. You've got it, opponent. They pick up a card. It's Blast Zone. Elspeth Conquers Death. Going to come down and be really annoying here. Yep. Torrential Gearhulk going to go away. Passing. And... yeah, let's just get down to Brazen Borrower. Part of me wants to cast the Petty Theft just to get some energy, but the only thing to really Petty Theft would be the Omen of the Sea, because that, giving them the Elspeth Conquers Death back would be terrible. And then letting them scry 2 and draw a card is kind of terrible though as well, so... you know, it is what it is. Let's go to combat. Get in for 3. Opponent just takes it. How about a Chandra Torch of Defiance, opponent? Do you have that negate? Well, if they do, they didn't cast it. All right. Oh, my word. Oh, no, we don't have the... oh, no. I thought we had 4 mana. We don't. That would have been amazing. Yeah, shoot. Ah, golly. I was so excited there for a minute. Glimmer of Genius off the top would have been just... the cat's meow here for sure. Oh, well. Richie 410 thinking things over. Swift response. And killing Chandra somehow? Teferi, just gonna tuck Chandra. Alright. Reasonable. That must mean they're going to get back our Torrential Gearhulk then, which is actually really annoying, folks. We are not thrilled about that in the least bit. Yeah, I guess we can hang on to a land for the bluff's sake. Oh, they can't. Yeah, never mind. That would be, I was thinking of the black one, the Black Saga. Elspeth Conquers Death only lets you get stuff from your own graveyard, thank heavens. So they kill their own Teferi to get a Teferi. Teferi goes up. Opponent still drawing billions of magic cards. Floating the manas. It's Wrath of God, sure. It happens. Opponent going to untap some number of lands. It's all blue and white sources. Yeah, I expect our opponent to have counter magic and stuff. You know, that's why they were so careful to tap. Otherwise, they could have been putting counters on Blast Zone. That would have only been helpful. Oh, my word. Our opponent scoops it up. I don't even know what was going on there. Why would you do that, opponent? We weren't doing terribly, no question. I think this game is closer than it looks. depending on the context of their hand, they could just literally have all lands. I could see that. And they're just a little tilted right now. They were representing counter magic. So what we were going to do here is be able to Bonecrusher Giant the Teferi, and then probably Dynavolt Tower the Teferi. But they knew we were getting the Chandra back, which means we were going to slam the Chandra and slam our Bonecrusher Giant in the same turn. So they were going to have to answer the Chandra, and clearly could not. And they realized they could not beat the Chandra that was coming next turn. So GG, opponent, GG. All right, folks, here we are on the play. And yeah, I think we're going to keep this. I think this hand is good. We still need a Dynavolt Tower, but we have Glimmer of Genius to help find it. We have 3 lands because we're going to start on Spikefield Cave tapped. We have both colors with the Riverglide Pathway here, so, you know, you can be picky in this game, but darn it, sometimes you just got to take the cards that are dealt you, and these ones are fine. If our opponent does nothing, tap land or something like that, we will just shock their face, play a Bonecrusher Giant in our main phase next turn. Oh, no. Well, that's tragic. Folks, we will need a land. Opponent has a Rogue Refiner. Ay, ay, ay. Alright, we did get it. Alright, opponent drops to 12. Folks, I don't know. I still think we're in a lot of trouble. Yeah, exactly. So we're just going to get in Glimmer. I think we're going to need at least 1 land because our opponent very well may get an Ulamog off their Aetherworks Marvel and then be able to eliminate our lands. Right now, if we can connect again, you know, we've got 6 damage in hand, right? That is a very, very relevant amount of damage. It is relevant that it's 6 and not 8. Their life total is 8, and they can gain more life here. Glimmer of Genius for our opponent as well. Bottom on the scry, draw 2 brand new cards. That was not the card we were afraid of, folks. All right, land comes in tapped. Harness Lightning. Oh. Well, folks, sometimes things just go your way. Feels good, man. Feels good. Good game, opponent. For those that may not have thought what was going on, I should have gone back to the battlefield. I forgot. Bonecrusher Giant's extra text is, whenever someone targets Bonecrusher Giant with a spell, it deals 2 damage to that spell's controller. So if we go to give our own Bonecrusher Giant +3/+3, it deals us 2 damage. If they target it, though, which they did, it deals 2 damage to them. So they were at 8, but they killed our Bonecrusher Giant, dropping them to 6, and we just had 6 damage in hand. So GG, opponent, GG. All right, folks, and we are back. Looking at the deck, I have pre-separated these back into our energy package because I was originally concerned that we might not have enough energy to justify the Dynavolt Tower and stuff. But I can't complain. Holy cow, folks, we won all 3 games. Most of the time, when I build a jank deck, I expect it to perform relatively well. I try and keep my decks competitive. But, you know, I don't expect to build any decks that are broken. You know what I mean? I'm just here to have a good time, have some fun, you know? And boy, oh boy, did I have a blast. This was great to play. We really tempoed our opponents out. But darn it, it was good. It wasn't just okay, it was good. Things we might change? I don't know. I'll be honest, I was happy with the way everything played out. Admittedly, I didn't have a lot of games like I might normally. You know, normally if you go like 3 and 2, that's a perfectly fine time, right? Your deck did good. I got to play 5 games. I only played 3 games, darn it. So I'm going to be relying on you folks down in the comments below to let me know how you feel like this deck might have been tuned a little bit. Maybe there would have been ways we could have done things differently with the deck that could have shored up specific matchups or something like that. Definitely let me know down below. One of the key places I see this might be weak after having played some games with it is the mono brown deck. Holy cow, folks. I think we dodged a bullet there because we haven't. We didn't, or we didn't face any mono brown there. And I don't expect that to be a very good matchup. We'll have to see. But at least some Abrades or something might be good. Yeah, well, I guess we'll just have to see. You know, we'll have to see. Definitely let me know down in the comments below how you feel about all that and how you might change things to make things better, so that we can stream this tonight on the stream. On that note, I stream on Twitch. I'm johnlikesgames, all one word, in Twitch there. Link in the description below. It would be great if you'd come out and join us. Folks, we have a really, really welcoming community. I can't tell you how friendly the folks are in my chat. It is wonderful. And I'm always looking for new friends. I know there are a lot of really big streamers that have clicks and all that kind of stuff. Man, I don't even want that for my community. I want us to all be a lot of friends. And darn it, we're not big enough to have to worry about clicks yet. Darn it, come on out and see us. I'm sure you'd have a great time. So I really appreciate you watching the video. And I'd like to, thank you for hanging out. If you've hung out this long, I really appreciate it. You folks have a wonderful day, and I will catch you next time.